Hello and welcome back to another one of my FPL videos. I of course am the FPL Trade, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at my team selection ahead of Game Week 24. Now I'm 90% confident on what my team is going to be ahead of this game week. I have one free transfer for Game Week 24 and I'm pretty sure on what I want to do with that transfer. Now the only curveball I've had at me this game week is the fact that South Korea obviously got knocked out in the Asia Cup, so that means Son could be available for me for Game Week 24. Now that is not actually something I was expecting. I did think South Korea would knock out Jordan. Wasn't the case, so it looks like Son could be available, but that is the only curveball that I have got ahead of this game week. Apart from that, pretty sure on what I want to do. So before we go through my team, let's look back on Game Week 23 and see how I got on. And as you can see on the screen, yes, I scored 102 points this game week just gone. My best game week so far of the season. I had an absolute storming game week. Absolutely buzzing with it. Captain Foden for that game week. I mean, I've seen so many people debating, should we go Watkins, should we go Haaland, maybe Solanke, Saka, Palmer. Nobody seems to really want to go for Phil Foden. I don't know why. I had a feeling he was going to do well. I wasn't confident really that Haaland would probably start as well, to be fair. So I decided to go Phil Foden, and it's worked out an absolute treat for me. But anyways, we'll go through it. So overall, I scored 102 points, which gave me a massive green arrow. Really happy with that. In the top 200k now. Really happy with that. So starting us off with the goalkeepers then. I went with Dubravka. Exactly the same as Game Week 22. It didn't really matter what I went with. Both of my goalkeepers scored 1 point each. Obviously, Areola did go off at half-time, obviously, against Man United. I didn't actually take a real look into it. It must have been an injury, obviously, again, which is disappointing again. But yeah, only 1 point from him. And Dubravka, I mean, I was not expecting this one at all. 4-4 the Newcastle Luton game was. That was unbelievable. Obviously, this game week we've just had was the most amount of goals in the Premier League, I believe, in a game week so far since the Premier League. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I've seen on Twitter. But yeah, unbelievable game that Newcastle game was. I was not expecting it at all. I generally believe Newcastle was going to win 3-0. So yeah, really disappointed that he did only get the 1 point. Kieran Trippier on the other hand, yes, he did obviously concede the 4 goals, which was shocking, but literally within the first few minutes of the game, he got an assist, absolutely buzzing with that. And to top it off, he gets a goal as well. It's like a goal in it since, what, a year ago since he last scored a goal, I think they were saying. Unbelievable. I think it was August time he scored last, actually. But I was really happy with that, especially the fact that obviously I've kept him. I know a lot of people out there have sold him for obviously the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold. So, to get that goal, absolutely buzzing. 9 points overall from him. Happy days there. Espinan. Now, this one I was really shocked about, to be fair. So, obviously, they won 4-1 Brighton, but the team news came in, and to see that he was on the bench did shock me massively. I was confident that this guy was going to start. I mean, obviously, in the end, when you're looking at my bench, I was absolutely relieved that he did come on in the end. I mean, he came on, it was 3-1 at the time, and when I saw that the fact that obviously Brighton scored, man, I was praying that he got something. But unfortunately, it wasn't the case, but you know, 1 point is 1 point, and I'll just have to take it. Udogie got me 4 points. Now, I had 2 free transfers for this game week. I did mention it in my team reveal that, well, for my last team reveal, that I was really considering bringing in Udogie. I didn't want to go for Poro. It was either Udogie or Poro, but the fact that so many other people have Poro, I just didn't think that it would be worth it. And obviously, if he actually managed to get more points than Poro, it would be a real treat. He did. I mean, the score was a surprise as well, 2-2. I didn't think really Everton was going to score, if I'm being honest. But, you know, Udogie, he managed to get the assist for the first goal. So I got a nice 4 points there. Definitely take that. It was a shame, obviously, Everton got that second goal, because that did mean that he came out of the bonus points, which was a shame. But, yeah, definitely take the 4 points. Obviously, Poro got 1 point, so I got 3 extra points there. So, happy days there. Gabriel, I mean, he scored that unfortunate own goal, didn't he? -1 there, so got away with that one. And I have to mention as well, obviously Udogie coming in, I took out Dizazi. Now he scored an own goal as well for Chelsea, well, for Wolverhampton really. So He also had an absolutely shocking time. He got a yellow card, I'm thinking. No, he didn't get a yellow card. That was completely wrong. Tell that about Disaster. For once, he didn't get a yellow card, but he got, I think it was -1 or -2 as well. So that was an added bonus with the Udogi transfer. And the fact as well, originally Gabriel was going to start for me. I changed that, dropped him on the bench, brought in Udogi, and obviously -1 for Gabriel as well. And he should have been sent off as well in that Liverpool game that Arsenal had. So really happy with the fact that obviously Udogi got the 4 points, and then obviously Gabriel went onto my bench, and obviously Taylor is still out injured. With the midfield, I mean, really happy with my midfield. Palmer, I mean, obviously Chelsea got absolutely hammered by Wolves, but yet again, he still came away with a goal, so definitely be taking those points, happy with that. Same with Saka, he got a goal as well. I mean, 9 points overall, happy with that. He got the goal, and obviously he got 2 bonus points. I mean, it could have been 3, but, you know, I'll take the 2 overall. 9 points, happy with that. Douglas Luiz, now, you know what? I was gutted about this game. So, obviously, Aston Villa absolutely destroyed Sheffield United. And Douglas Luiz having a absolute storming game, right? I mean, he was unlucky to just come away with 1 assist. He should have had about 2 or 3 assists in that first half alone. Now, it says that this says how good he was, right? He went off at half-time and he still came away with a bonus point. So, I'm really happy that he got me 5 points, but it should have been so much more. He's unbelievable at first half. Some of the balls he put in were incredible. So, yeah, I'll just have to take the 5-pointer. And obviously, Phil Foden, 40 points. Absolutely buzzing my ringer off about that. So, obviously, Man City was the last fixture, right? And I've just had to watch this game week where Richarlison, I know a lot of people have him, he got a couple of goals, and I'm sure people captained him. Then obviously you had the Chelsea game. Palmer scores. You're thinking, oh great, people get him as captain. Also Watkins as well. He plays, gets 1 goal, 3 assists, 38 points for all those guys that obviously captained him. Unbelievable return there. I'm thinking, oh great, this is perfect, isn't it? Not what I want at all. Saka gets a goal. People that captain him also get returns. I'm thinking, you know what? He's going to blank him. No. 3-1 Man City won, and he got all 3 goals. I don't know if that's his first hat-trick for Man City, but you know what? Buzzing my tits off. It was the right guy to go for. I was so lucky with that. Absolutely killed it for me. I mean, I was already on a green arrow before the Man City game, but I was panicking because obviously Erling Haaland, I was thinking he's going to get an hat-trick here. Because I know a lot of people went for him as captain as well. And it's always, you know, a big deal when you go against Erling Haaland. So yeah, absolutely buzzing my tits off that Phil Foden got a hat-trick. 40 points. Really happy there. Erling Haaland then, I'll talk about him next. Oh yes, he was my second transfer that I brought in. I took Alvarez out. I mean, honestly, I wasn't expecting, you know, I wasn't sure Haaland was going to start. When I saw that he was going to start, I was like, oh, Alvarez will be on the bench. But no, he also started. So did De Bruyne and so did Foden. So yeah, so much for one of them was going to get benched. All of them started. Thankfully, Alvarez did blank. And obviously, Haaland got the assist for that final goal for Man City. So in the end, I got 3 extra points for Erling Haaland for all that transfer that I did make, taking Alvarez out. So overall, my transfers worked out a real treat. Alvarez got 2 points, whereas Haaland got me 5, so he got bonus points there. Obviously, Dizazi got minus, I think it's 1 or 2, whichever one it was shocking, and Udogi got me 4, so buzzing there. Obviously, Ollie Watkins, I just mentioned before, 3 assists and a goal. He absolutely smashed it. When I was watching that game, I was just like, God, I wish I had him as my captain. I'm going to get nothing here, but yeah, absolutely smashed it. Really happy with that. And Solanke, I mean, disappointing really. I was sure he was going to get a goal in the game against Forest, especially when they went 1-0 up straight away. I thought, yeah, they could smash him here, but no, it wasn't the case. And unfortunately, he only got me 2 points again, but you know, I can't complain because I got 102 points. So overall, I'm absolutely buzzing. So then, on to my team selection now. Now, like I said before, I've only got 1 free transfer, and I'm pretty confident on what I'm going to be doing with that transfer in this game week. But anyways, starting us off with my goalkeepers then. So I'm going to be having De Bruyne in goal. Now, this one is not set in stone. Originally, I thought it was, but I've been umming and erring now and I'm starting to change my mind. But anyways, I've got the Bradker in, but I'm not confident with this choice at all. Because obviously, Forest did batter Newcastle at St James's Park. Obviously, Newcastle's just conceded 4 goals against Luton at St James's Park. And now they're going to be playing Forest at, obviously, the City ground. So, I don't really have any confidence at all that he's keeping a clean sheet, if I'm being honest. So I could bring in Areola. Now, the only issue with Areola is obviously he's got Arsenal at home. But the thing is, when you look back, I mean, when we look at the Man City game just happened with Brentford, Flecken's just conceded 3 goals. But he's had, 12 shot saves or whatever it was. And he's come away with 10 points overall because of all the bonus points. So that is something I could take into consideration. Because obviously, Arsenal are going to probably have chance after chance after chance in this game. So there's a good chance that Areola could be making a load of saves. So that is something I've got to really consider. So yeah, Dubravka on paper for now, but it could change by the deadline. So far I've got Dubravka, but I don't know. I mean, I still need to I've not actually looked into why Areola went off at half time against United as well. But yeah, so far Dubravka is going to be my goalie for Game Week 24. But I could change my mind as we get close to the deadline. So then with my defenders now, it's going to be a back 3 yet again for obvious reasons. But at the minute, I've gone for Gabriel ahead of Estupiñán in my defence. So I've swapped them around. Gabriel, he has a nicer fixture, I'd say, than Estupiñán. So he's got West Ham away. Now it is going to be away, so that's going to be a tough fixture. But, I mean, we've heard it several times already. West Ham haven't won yet in 2024. So you never know. Arsenal could come away with a win here. It's such a 1-0 win, I reckon. So they could keep a clean sheet there. I do think Gabriel will start. I mean, he was lucky not to get sent off, like I've said before, against Liverpool. So we'll see it. I'm not 100% confident he will keep a clean sheet, but I feel like he's a better option at the minute than Estupiñán. And obviously Charlie Taylor as well. There's no chance in hell I'm playing him. 1, I don't know if he's going to be fit. And 2, he's got Liverpool at Anfield. Kieran Trippier, I've got him as well. I mean, storming performance against Luton. Obviously, he conceded 4 goals, but he got the goal and assist. Hopefully, that does continue for him. It looks good for him. He's looking good now the last 2 game weeks for me. He's done quite well for me. So, really happy with him so far. Hopefully, he does well, obviously, against Forest. Not confident, though, which is frustrating. But hopefully, he proves me wrong. And then finally, I've got Udogie. Brighton at home. The fact that it is at home is nice. But, I mean, honestly, the only reason why I've got him ahead of Estupiñán is the fact that he's playing at home. Otherwise, I would switch it around for being honest, because I have no confidence in either of these defences in keeping a clean sheet. So, yeah, I mean, Udogie got the assist for me last game week. But the fact that he's at home is the reason why I'm starting him. So then, onto my midfield now. And I have made a change, finally, in my midfield. And it's not a transfer, it's a substitution change. So, obviously, Son's been knocked out in the Asia Cup. He is now available for this game week. Now, whether or not he'll start, I'm not actually sure. But for now, I'm going to have him ahead of Douglas Luiz. Just because I do think there's a chance he's going to start. He's obviously, Spurs' captain. He's their main man. He's their best player. Surely he's going to want him back in the team. It's not like he's been injured. So, it's not like he's going to be not fit. He's been playing games non-stop. He's going to be fit. And I'm praying to God. Hopefully we get more team news closer towards the deadline, obviously. But if he does start, I'm going to be absolutely buzzing. And I'm going to be starting him ahead of Douglas Luiz. So obviously that will mean he's dropped to the bench now, which is a shame because he's got Man United at Villa Park. And I do really feel like I do think Villa are going to destroy Man United. Because obviously at Boxing Day fixture, Man United 2-0 down. Come back and obviously won the game 3-2. I think Villa are going to look for revenge. And I've got a feeling Villa could win this game maybe 3-4-1. And ideally I want Douglas Luiz, but who do I replace him with? Because my other midfielder, Palmer, has got Crystal Palace away. They're leaking goals like no tomorrow. So Chelsea, but who cares? Palmer's a midfielder. I've not got a Chelsea defender. So there's a good chance that he's going to get a goal, Palmer. So for sure I'm going to have him. I've got Saka, he's got West Ham away. Just mentioned before how they have not won yet this year so far. And obviously Saka's coming back off that goal, so maybe he can go on a run now. So who knows? So yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% confident Saka will score. But, you know, I can't drop Saka, obviously. And that clearly leaves Phil Foden. No chance in now I'm going to drop him. Obviously, he got that hat-trick against Brentford. He's not going to be my captain now for this game week. But, you know, he's got Everton at home. He's got every right to be my captain, obviously, but I'm going to change it. But yeah, Everton at home is a great fixture for him. I do think he's going to start, and hopefully another haul of points. That'll be great. So yeah, decent midfield. Ideally, I'd like Douglas Luiz, but who am I going to drop? I can't see it. So then, that leaves me now with my strikers, and I've got Ollie Watkins here. Man United at home, I do think that's a decent fixture. Like I've said before, I think they've scored quite a few goals in this game. They're looking revenge. Ollie Watkins is in hot form. He played unbelievable against Sheffield United. Obviously, it's a different, team. A much better team than Sheffield United, Man United are. But the fact that it's at Villa Park, I do think Ollie Watkins is going to smash it. And for sure, I'm going to be starting him in this game week. Erling Haaland, I've got him starting. And I've got him as my captain for this game week. I got really lucky, obviously, in game week 23. By obviously not going for Haaland as captain. But there's no chance in hell I'm going to be going with Foden again and avoid Haaland. I do think he's going to get a couple of goals in this game. Maybe one, but, you know, hopefully he gets a couple because obviously he's going to be my captain. That is for sure I am 100% confident on. And then that does leave me with Slanky. Obviously disappointing against Forest. Was hoping for more. Fulham away. Fulham do concede quite a fair few chances. So there's a real good chance that he can do really well in this fixture. So for sure, I'm going to be starting him. I'm not going to be transferring him out because there is rumours that he could get a double game week in 28. So I don't want to get rid of him. So that is how my team is going to be looking for game week 24. So you might notice I've not made a transfer. So what I said earlier, I was confident on what I was going to do. And that is I'm going to roll the transfer. I'm going to roll it into game week 25. Because obviously, you look at this team, the one thing that stands out is I have no Liverpool players in this team, right? None at all. Now, they've got a great fixture against Burnley at home, but I can't find a way of really working out what I want to do so far in terms of what Liverpool players I want to bring in. Obviously, we don't know if Mo Salah is going to be fit for game week 25, so that is something I've got to really think about. I can't do a straight swap for Jota for, let's say, Douglas Luiz, for example, or Palmer, because I need to make another transfer, and that means I'd have to take a hit. I can't take Son out now because he is going to be back, so that's another thing. So I can't do that either. So my thinking is go into game week 25 with 2 transfers, bring in Jota for Douglas Luiz, and then take a defender out. I'm thinking Gabriel, if I'm being honest, and then bring in possibly Konate. Obviously, it's not a great, transfer because, oh, wow, that's rubbish. He ain't going to get a goal. You're probably right. But that's the only way I can get 2 Liverpool players in for a double game week. And they've got a nice double game week. I'd like, obviously, Darwin Núñez, to be honest. But the price difference, obviously, that I've got, the money I've got in Solanke, I can't get rid of him. And he might have a double game week in 28. And so far, I mean, it's going to be interesting what happens in the FA Cup game with Aston Villa. But so far, I don't really want to get rid of Watkins either. And I can see Watkins still outperforming Darwin, even though he's got a double game week coming up. So I want either Salah, Jota. Obviously, I would like Trent, but I can't afford him. So I'd have to go with Konate because he's definitely going to be starting in both of the game weeks, or both the games in game week 25. He's suspended, obviously, for game week 24. But game week 25, he will be back. So yeah, that is what I'm thinking, really. Roll a transfer and get 2 Liverpool guys. Or I could probably get Jota in and try and get a Liverpool defender. Not a Liverpool, a Man City defender. But I'm not so sure I could probably afford that. That would mean I'd have to get rid of Trippier. But I don't want to do that with his fixtures. If anything, it'll be getting rid of Gabriel. That is a defender I want to get rid of out of all defenders I got. There's no point in getting rid of Taylor because I won't be able to get anybody in to replace him with. So, yeah, that is what I'm thinking ahead of game week 24. That is my team so far. So, yeah, that is how it's going to look. The only thing is, how can I fit Douglas Luiz in? Honestly, I can't fit him in as much as I really want to. It's going to be that thing again where last time I said the exact same thing. He got 12 points and he was on my bench. And there's nothing I could do about it. It was a shame, really. So, yeah. Let me know what you think of this team. Let me know what you think I should do. Let me know what you're doing for this game week. Please don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.